Have you ever weighed up the pros and cons of living in a house versus a flat? It's one of the questions I get asked most frequently as a property consultant. And the answer in 2025 isn't really that clear. Or is it? The property market is changing in ways you might not have considered. So stay with me, I'll break it down so you can make the smartest decision for you in 2025. I've owned both flats and houses, and I'll share my real life experience to help you avoid some of the common mistakes. In the UK, property ownership primarily falls into two categories: freehold and leasehold. Freehold ownership is where you own both the property and the land that it's built on. This means complete control over the property, including responsibilities for its maintenance. Leasehold properties, on the other hand, mostly flats, are where you own the property for a set period known as a lease term, typically 125 or 140 years, but not the land that it stands on. The land is owned by the freeholder, and on that you pay ground rent. In my case, I used to pay £100 a year, but it can vary from one lease to another. And after the lease expires, ownership typically reverts back to the freeholder. But you can increase the lease of a property at any time by paying the freeholder a fee. Freeholders, on the other hand, are responsible for all maintenance and management aspects. This includes structural repairs, upkeep of any land, and adherence to safety standards. Understanding these distinctions is crucial when deciding between purchasing a house or a flat, as they impact control, responsibility, and potential costs associated with the property. Okay, so then, let's talk about maintenance and repair costs. A lease or flat is typically managed by a managing agent. Managing agents are often appointed by the freeholder to oversee the maintenance and the management of leasehold flats, for which you pay a service charge. And this can increase year on year and can really add up as a cost for flat owners. You have to be careful, and in my case, the flat that I own, I used to pay around £450 a year as service charge. This is on the lower spectrum of things. But following the tragedy at Grenfell Towers, for apartment blocks over 11 metres, some service charges have skyrocketed, with building insurance premiums increasing by over 90% just in the last 5 years. With some flat owners reporting service charges increasing from £1,500 a year to £8,000 a year. And I cannot stress enough how important this is for you to really pay attention to when looking to buy a flat. From all this, you might have concluded that owning a leasehold property or a flat is a little more complex when compared to a freehold property, and you're not wrong. However, both have their pros and cons, so let's look at them. But before we do, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Alright, with the plug out of the way, let's look at the pros and cons for houses and flats. Houses offer more space, privacy, and potential appreciation. Did you know that a typical seller sold their house in 2024 for 31% more than they bought it for 5 years ago? But it took the average flat owner 10 years to see a 30% increase in value. So if house price appreciation is your goal, then houses offer better return. Houses are also ideal for families, home offices, and long-term stability. You can extend a house, but making alterations to a flat can be tricky, and you need to get permission from the freeholder. Houses, on the other hand, typically can need higher maintenance costs and possibly longer commutes into main cities, as houses in and around major cities can be very expensive to buy, and not everybody can afford them. Flats, on the other hand, are more affordable, as flats are less expensive to buy when compared to a house, and are easier to maintain. With the average flat costing 1.7 times less when compared to a house, the gap between a house price and the price of a flat is the widest it's been in over 30 years. And this can be a great way to take your first step onto the property ladder. Flats also offer great access to major cities, with major transport links in and around areas of flats being developed. Flats offer modern amenities, security, and offer higher rental yields for investors when compared to terrace properties. Data shows that flats offer better yields in 83% of the local authorities in England and Wales. However, flats, on the other hand, can be hard to sell due to leasehold issues. High service charges can also put some potential buyers off, and they offer little flexibility to alter your space if needed. So then, moving forward and looking beyond 2025, what are we looking forward to? Suburban homes will continue to enjoy increased demand, offering more space and high capital growth when compared to flats. But flats in key areas are staying competitive due to lifestyle changes and, more crucially, new regulations that may impact service charges, lease extensions, and ownership rights. With the new Labour government pledging to ban leaseholds for all new properties, giving flat owners more autonomy over the day-to-day management of their flats. And this, in my opinion, has the potential to change the way people view flats. Regulatory changes on the way are likely to make flats a little more appealing in the coming years. But to what extent will depend on how radical the government is with its changes in the new bill. But the real question isn't just which is better, it's which one is better for you. Houses offer more space, long-term value, while flats provide affordability and low maintenance convenience. Your personal needs, budget, and future goals should guide your choices. If you're interested in knowing the top 5 property investment areas for 2025, then click on my video where I highlight the best places to invest in UK property for 2025. And if you're a potential first-time buyer, investor, or just looking to remortgage, then check out my video on how many times the Bank of England will cut its base rate this year. I will also leave links down below. So then, what would you choose? A house or a flat? Have you had to make a choice recently? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.